Shanti, good evening. Hearty welcome for today's program. So before we begin, I would like to know कहाँ से आए हैं. Is everybody from Pune? Okay, so he is not Ahmednagar. Okay, what's your name, brother? Huh? Ahmed Subir. What about you? From here only. Okay, the rest everybody is from Pune. और कौन यहाँ पहली बार आया है? आप पहली बार आए हैं. और ब्रह्मा कुमारी में कौन पहली बार आया है? आप पहली बार आए हैं. आप जा चुके हैं ब्रह्मा कुमारी में पहले? 16 से हैं. अच्छा, आपका क्या नाम है? अच्छा, आप कहाँ से आए हैं? ओके, वेलकम. ये हाँ जी, किन्नरी को पहचानते हैं. अच्छा, हाँ हाँ. क्या करते हैं आप यहाँ पर? अच्छा अच्छा, ओके. हार्टी वेलकम. और कुछ आप पहली बार दिख रहे हैं? हाँ जी. ओके, क्या नाम है आपका? हाँ जी, क्या करता है, कहाँ से? बोपोडी से आए हैं. अमेजिंग. और तो बाकी परिवार को जानते हैं, अक्सर संडे में भी आते हैं, यहाँ भी आते हैं. आपको भी देखा लग रहा है, पर जानना चाहेंगे कहाँ से आए, क्या करते हैं. जी, कंसिडरेशन. हाँ हाँ हाँ. ओके ओके. हाँ जी हाँ जी. ओके, वेलकम. अच्छा, वेलकम. ओके. ब्रह्मा कुमारी में पहली बार आए हैं या आ चुके हैं पहले? पहली बार आए हैं. तो बहुत वेलकम है. एक छोटा सा अपने परिवार के रीति से हम लोग यहाँ पर बैठे हैं. और हमारे यहाँ का जो ये सेंटर है, 2 साल से चल रहा है. अभी 24 जून को 2 साल हो जाएंगे. और यहाँ के सेंटर इंचार्ज हमारे आदरणीय लक्ष्मी दीदी जी हैं. तो हम प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत में रिक्वेस्ट करते कि दीदी आएंगे और 2 मिनट हम लोग को अपने तन से तो आ गए, मन से भी यहाँ आ जाए, इसके लिए दीदी. हाँ जी. एंड हमारे बीच में हमारे आदरणीय बाला भाई, जो आज के प्रोग्राम के विशेष प्रवक्ता हैं, हमारे सोल कॉन्शियस लीडरशिप. तो उनका इंट्रोडक्शन और शर्मिला दीदी देंगी ये आगे. तो उनको भी मैं हार्टी वेलकम करती हूँ. ओम शांति. गुड इवनिंग. आज की शाम खुद के नाम है ना. आज की शाम खुद के नाम, खुद के साथ समय बिताएंगे, खुद के भीतर चलेंगे. और हमें अपने भीतर ले जाने के लिए, खुद के साथ मिलाने के लिए आज पायलट के रूप में हमारे साथ जो है हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड बाला भाई जी. वैसे फ्लाइट वाले पायलट अलग होते हैं, लेकिन स्पिरिचुअल पाथ पर जो पायलट होते हैं वो बहुत एक्सपर्ट होना चाहिए, क्योंकि उसमें तो फिर भी आसमान में उड़ते हैं सभी को लेकर के. पर संसार में सबके साथ रहते हुए खुद के भीतर जाना आज सबके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा मुश्किल टास्क हो गया है. तो हम अपने भीतर जाना ही भूले हैं, अपने आप से मिलना ही भूले हुए हैं, अपने आप के लिए समय निकालना भूले हुए हैं. इस संसार में हम इतने भाग चुके हैं, भटक चुके हैं, कि जो खुद के लिए हमारे पास समय नहीं है, या खुद के भीतर जाने का मार्ग ही नहीं मिल रहा है. तो आज का एक बहुत सुंदर सेशन, आज की शाम ही बहुत अनोखी होगी, जिस शाम में हम अपने भीतर की गर्भ गुफा में प्रवेश करेंगे. और न सिर्फ प्रवेश करेंगे, लेकिन खुद को कैसे लीड करना है, खुद को कैसे चलाना है, वो सारी बातों पर आज हमें इस गर्भ गुफा में प्रवेश करने का प्रकाश या ज्ञान, मार्ग, सारी बातों का पता मिलेगा. न केवल पता मिलेगा, लेकिन उसको टच करने का, स्पर्श करने का एक मौका मिलेगा. और ये सारी बातों के लिए आज हैदराबाद से विशेष हमारे बीच हमारे सीनियर ब्रदर बाला भाई जी पहुँचे हुए हैं, तो हम उत्सुक हैं उन्हीं से सुनने और साथ साथ अनुभव करने के लिए। इसलिए अधिक समय हम नहीं लेते हैं, लेकिन हम ज़रूर उनके द्वारा इन बातों को बहुत गहराई से अनुभव करेंगे। इसीलिए जिस स्थान पर आप पहुँचे हैं, ये स्थान पूरा साउंड प्रूफ तो है, ठीक है ना, बाहर का कोई आवाज़ नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन अब हमें अपने भीतर की आवाज़ को भी थोड़ा शांत करना है, भीतर को भी साइलेंट में ले जाना है। अंदर से भी साउंड प्रूफ होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। बाहर का साउंड प्रूफ स्थान तो अनेक मिल जाएंगे, लेकिन भीतर को भी साइलेंस में ले जाना, इसकी आज ज़रूरत है। और हर कोई पीस ऑफ माइंड के खोज में है, तो आज इस खोज को हम समाप्त कर लेंगे। केवल यहाँ की इस साउंड प्रूफ स्थान को महसूस नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन मन को भी पूरी तरह से शांत कैसे कर सकेंगे। और ये शांति आज एक शक्ति का रूप लेकर के हम यहाँ से जाएंगे। केवल शांति को या महसूस नहीं करेंगे, किंतु इस शांति का स्वरूप शक्ति में ट्रांसफॉर्म होकर के वो शक्ति हमारे साथ काम करेगी। तो कैसे काम करेगी वो हम सभी अपने जीवन में अनुभव करेंगे। तो चलते हैं, हम आगे के कार्यक्रम की ओर बढ़ते हैं। मैं शर्मिला बहन से निवेदन करूंगी कि आगे के कार्यक्रम का आप चित्र संचालन करें। ओम शांति। थैंक यू। ओम शांति। गुड इवनिंग। आप सबका वेलकम, साथ साथ हमारे आदरणीय बाला भाई जी का भी वेलकम है। बाला किशोर भाई जी वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ बेटर लिविंग सीएस टेक्नोलॉजीज में। और ये बहुत गर्व की बात है कि आप इंडिया के, भारत के सबसे पहले डिजिटल वेलनेस कोच है अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स के लिए। आपने बीई इन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन इंजीनियरिंग में की है। इसके पश्चात एमटेक इन कंप्यूटर साइंस एंड इंजीनियरिंग की है। साथ ही आप मैनचेस्टर बिजनेस स्कूल यूके से बीए में सर्टिफाइड भी है। आप प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफाइड कोच है। तो बहुत लंबी लिस्ट है बाला भाई जी के क्रेडेंशियल्स की। और इतनी सारी डिग्रीज के साथ साथ बहुत सारे अवार्ड से भी आपको नवाजा गया है। और आपने 2 किताबों को ऑथर भी किया है, तो आप ऑथर भी है। और आज का जो हमारा विषय है सोल कॉन्शियस लीडरशिप, जैसे दीदी भी बता रहे थे, दुनिया में सब भाग दौड़ कर रहे हैं, हम दुनिया को बदले, जीवन को बदले, लेकिन इन सब का बीज या इन सब की शुरुआत अपनी सोच को बदलने से होता है। तो आज इसी विषय को लेकर बाला भाई जी हम सबके बीच आए हैं कि हम अपनी कॉन्शियसनेस को बदले, कॉन्शियसनेस में सोल कॉन्शियसनेस लेकर आएंगे तो कैसे हमारे प्रोफेशनल और पर्सनल दोनों जीवन में हम एक्सेल कर सकते हैं, या दोनों में हमें इसका लाभ मिल सकता है। तो इसी विषय पर आदरणीय बाला भाई जी प्रकाश डालेंगे।
तो इसलिए okay, so it's easier for me to speak in English. No, this is okay. I can be here. It'll be easy. So when I started trying to understand what Brahmakumaris are teaching, the principles are very simple, but they are very deep and profound. So if you ever take Brahmakumaris meditation course, on the first day, you are taught this simple principle. Aham Atma Mama Shariram. मैं आत्मा हूं, ये मेरा शरीर है. इसका मतलब वो है. वेरी सिंपल सी लेसन हम समझते हैं. ये तो हम सुनते आए हैं क्योंकि भारत की कल्चर में तो बचपन से हमको पता ही है कि हम आत्मा है, शरीर नहीं है. आत्मा जन्म मरण में आती है. वी ऑल लर्न अबाउट दिस, बट हाउ प्रोफाउंड इज दिस सिंपल प्रिंसिपल? दिस इज व्हाट वी विल एक्सप्लोर टुडे. What I call as applied spirituality. जो भी आध्यात्मिकता हम यहाँ सीखते हैं, उसको हम अनुभव के साथ अप्लाई कैसे करें अपने जीवन में. यही तो हम चाहते हैं ना. Even if we go to a meditation center or any प्रवचन, कि हमने क्या सीखा है और सीखी हुई बात को कैसे हम अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. So that is what we will explore, this simple principle today from the perspective of leadership. Okay? So I'll introduce you to a simple framework which is behind whatever Brahmakumaris teach. Very simple framework. First is who I think I am. मेरी जो स्मृति है. स्मृति संस्कृत शब्द स्मरा से आती है. स्मर मतलब to remember. स्मरा. Okay, Smriti means my remembrance, who I think I am, what is my awareness. जैसे मैं अपने आप को सोचता हूं, वैसा ही मेरी वृत्ति बनती है. वृत्ति comes from the word vritta. Vritta means circle, that which keeps getting repeated, and that is what governs my attitude. मेरा दृष्टिकोण. कहते हैं ना, जैसी दृष्टि वैसी सृष्टि. तो क्यों ऐसा कहते हैं? क्योंकि जिस दृष्टि से मैं देखता हूं, वही दृष्टिकोण मेरी बन जाती है. द हु डिटरमाइंस द हाउ. इन अ मिनट वी विल एक्सप्लोर ईच वन ऑफ दोस. एंड द हाउ डिटरमाइंस द व्हाट. हमेशा आप नेगेटिव ही क्यों देखते हैं? कहते हैं ना हम, आपका दृष्टिकोण इतना नेगेटिव क्यों है? एटीट्यूड इतना नेगेटिव क्यों है? हर चीज में आपको नेगेटिव ही दिखता है. बिकॉज द हाउ डिटरमाइंस द व्हाट. एंड फ्रॉम दृष्टि कम्स माई कृति, माई एक्शन. एंड माई एक्शन क्रिएट्स माई सृष्टि, माई क्रिएशन. एंड माई क्रिएशन अगेन इन्फ्लुएंसेस माई स्मृति. तो जो भी हम देखते हैं संसार में, यही कहते हैं ना कि बाला भाई, ये आप तो कहते हो कि पॉजिटिव सोचो, पॉजिटिव करो, लेकिन इतना नेगेटिविटी है, आप उनको क्यों नहीं कहते? अगर वो पॉजिटिव बनती तो मेरा पॉजिटिव सोचना बहुत आसान है. सो वी कीप सेइंग दैट. सो माई सृष्टि डिटरमाइंस माई स्मृति अगेन. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस 5. दुनिया में ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन इनिशिएटिव्स फेल इसलिए होते हैं बिकॉज वी आर ट्राइंग टू चेंज द कृति in order to change the Srishti. Whether you take climate change, whether you take any transformation initiatives in any of your offices, they fail because we are fundamentally not transforming the Smriti. We are not focusing on the awareness. We are focusing on the action. And when you change this, what will happen? Because these three haven't changed, after some time we come back to doing what we were doing. Yes or no? Now, if I don't want to make you feel guilty, but how many of you remember your New Year resolutions? And to what extent have you been able to do that? Because this is what we do as a New Year resolution. But it is supposed to start here. And that's why half the year is not yet completed, but we already forgot our New Year resolutions. Because this part is short-lived. It needs to start from here. And that is what I learned from Brahmakumaris. Because this change is more fundamental. Let's explore this a little bit. Awareness is who you believe you are. When you step into the office, what is your awareness? Now you're a manager, you're a team member, you're a leader, you're a CEO. When you step into your home, you're a father, you're a brother, you're a son, you're a husband. That's why sometimes when you bring in your office way of doing things to home, what does your spouse or kids say? Appa, you're at home. Okay? I'm your daughter. You're not my manager. You say that or not? Because the kind of role, the kind of awareness you have changes once you change your role. And when you move with your friends, when you step out to represent your office and country, you see how your awareness, your smriti keeps changing. And based on my awareness, my attitude changes. So when I am in office, if I adopt the awareness that I am the father, then what will your team member say, or your mother? What will your team member say? I'm not your kid, sir. I'm your team member. Please remember that. You say that or not? Because this is how the awareness works. And the reason why we are learning about this is it's both unconscious and very, very subtle. We are not even aware of it. It happens automatically. Fundamentally, this awareness is what we transform through the Raj Yoga meditation here. When I start becoming aware that I am a soul and not this body, with that awareness, my vritti, that is how I look at things, changes. When I change how I look at things, the what also changes. Now, how does awareness influence my vritti? Let's explore that. What does science say? What did we learn in our school and college all through our life? That our ancestors were like? Perfect. Good. You all remember your first lesson, right? Because these are our ancestors. Yeah, they also get depressed, poor things, nowadays, right? And religion says our ancestors were like this. Right? That is why we talk about Devi Devta. I'm not talking about who is right or who is wrong. I'm not saying that. It's just a matter of belief. Who I think I am. If I think I am fundamentally an ape, my nature is to fight and win, because that is the survival of fittest. Then, in order to get along with others, I must suppress. Why are you asking me to be peaceful, Bala? Anger is my nature because I've come from monkeys. Fighting is my nature. I will fight. Sometimes I have to suppress, otherwise I'll be thrown out of my office. That is why I am suppressing. I will compare. I am jealous. I will continue to fight. Because what's your awareness? That I am an animal. And if you think you are an animal, then naturally those instincts is what will come out. Instead, if I think in my awareness that I am fundamentally divine and my nature is peace, love and joy, I can think like this also, right? I can say I am an animal, or I can say I am divine or potentially divine. Then my attitude completely changes. Now I'll start feeling I must emerge and express these latent qualities because they belong to me. I'm not getting them from outside because that's who I am. Now I'm no longer an animal. I'm a divine being. It's just a small change in awareness. So now you see the power of awareness of who I think I am, how much it influences how I see the world and what I see in the world and what I do. I'm not talking, I never said this is right or this is wrong. That's not my point. The point is awareness impacts action. Do all of them have a paper and a pen? You have? Yeah, don't trust your memory. It's not so great. As a memory coach, I can tell you that. So whatever you're listening, it's better that you start making notes, because we'll also do a simple exercise for which you will need a notebook and a pen. If anyone doesn't have, please ask us, we'll try to give you. So awareness. Awareness impacts action and belief impacts behavior. If I believe that I am incapable, then I will not even try. Because I'll say, Bala bhai, मुझे पता है, करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, मेरे से हो नहीं पाएगी. I will not even try because I believe I can't do it. The belief impacts my behavior. We'll share the slide deck so you don't have to take photos. Just leave your email ID and we'll send you the slide deck. So this is what is called as the iceberg model. Results and behaviors, our habits and outcomes, these are the ones that are visible outside. But 2/3 of it is actually inside. Because what we believe influences what we think. And what we think influences what we feel. Without changing beliefs, if you try to change the behavior, that's what our New Year resolutions are all about. They fail, miserably fail. And that is why Peter Drucker, the famous management philosopher, he said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. You want to change the culture in the organization without changing the underlying beliefs, and you just want to change the strategy. It won't work because the culture will draw you back. So fundamentally, this is where the change needs to start. And that is the level of awareness that we are talking about. When you change here, then this becomes very easy. So now we saw how the awareness impacts our action. We just got a glimpse of it. Now we will see how our attitude determines our drishti. The how determines the what. Let's check that. You ready for that? So what do you see in this picture? Yes, bird is eating something, and you see two legs. You see the water around. This is grass, island, and these are some birds in the distance. This is what we are seeing. Correct? Okay. So now what you are seeing? अब क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? Is there a fish? Is there a boat? Is there a person carrying something? Are there two trees? Are there some tents? And now the water has shifted onto the other side. Now, as all of you or many of you must have observed, I did not change a single pixel in the picture. This is exactly the same. I just turned it upside down. Yeah, I changed it upside down. Have you observed that? So if I ask you, is there a bird here? Is there a fish here? Are there legs here? Are there trees here? You will say yes and no. Because it depends on how you look at things. So when I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change without changing what I am looking at. Very important. When I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. When I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. Simple example. As a parent, if I look at my child as someone who is good for nothing, idiot, fit for nothing, then what will I see in him or her? I will always keep looking at the weaknesses. But when I see at my kid as somebody who is potentially capable, today they may not be, but they have the potential, then how will I behave with them? What will I see in them? All the positive qualities. So when I change the how, what I am seeing automatically changes. Because that's the law. That's how things work. And this is exactly what we learn here as a part of Raj Yoga meditation. How you are looking at yourself as somebody who is weak, somebody who is filled with weaknesses, or somebody who is filled with virtues, somebody who is filled with powers. And then you will start finding those because you went looking out for those. When I search for negativity inside me, I'll find it. When I search for positivity inside me, that also I will find it. What are you searching for? Because your drishtikon, your attitude determines what you will find. So the how determines the what. So that new awareness, new consciousness that aham atma mama shariram, I am a soul. What kind of changes does it bring in and how to apply those changes? That is what we will explore in the rest of the presentation. So now you agree that fundamentally when I change my awareness, I can change the Srishti. You agree with that now? That is why Brahmakumaris' slogan is, when I change, world changes, not the other way around. Self-transformation brings world transformation. This is the reason behind it. This is the logic. ये आप सभी ने सुना होगा, स्मृति से स्थिति बनती है. अगर मेरी स्मृति नेगेटिव है तो मेरी स्थिति भी वीक होगी. स्मृति में समर्थी है तो स्थिति भी समर्थ रहेगी. तो स्मृति से स्थिति, स्थिति से स्वरूप बनती है. Yes or no? That is what I become an embodiment of. और स्वरूप से समर्थी. इसलिए जैसी स्मृति वैसी समर्थी. अगर स्मृति वीक है तो आप असमर्थ हैं. अगर स्मृति स्ट्रांग है तो आप समर्थ हैं. So who do you think you are? Even when you are doing a simple task, who do you think you are? Somebody who is capable or somebody who is incapable? Because that smriti works like a tathastu machine. You understand tathastu machine? Tathastu आप जानते हैं ना कि जो सोचो so be it. ततः अस्तु. तथा means that, अस्तु means so be it. तो जो आप सोच रहे हैं वही होगा. तथास्तु. तो स्मृति is our तथास्तु machine. If in my smriti, if that smriti is weak, then what will happen to my attitude and action and drishti? All of them are weak. But when my smriti is strong, then automatically my action becomes stronger, which is what we all want. So smriti se samarthi. When I change my smriti, I start becoming more powerful. So when I say aham atma mama shariram, when I change this smriti, what does it mean? What does dehi abhimani mean? What does soul consciousness mean? You might say that, what's the big deal, Bala? Aham atma mama shariram, kya badi baat hai? Nahi, wo bahut badi baat hai. Why? Because when I start seeing myself as a soul, what are all the insights I will gain? Let's explore each one of those. First thing is, as a soul, I am unique. I am different. Even twins who look exactly the same, do they think same? Right? You must have seen, you must have met in your friends or in your family, twins who look exactly alike. They will have different tastes. They will think differently because the soul is different. So the first principle is, I am unique. Next, I am equal, not same. I am different. You are neither greater than me, nor am I lesser to you. We are equal because you might be better in one area, I might be better in another area. I am valuable because as a soul, I am filled with those qualities, with positive capabilities. I am valuable, I am not useless. I am master, I am not victim. creator, not the created. Because I create what I want to experience. And we'll explore each one of these in turn and then see its application in our personal and professional life. I am capable. I am not powerless. Again, it comes from that smriti. When I think I am body, then that's it. पैदा हुए, कुछ किया, मर गए. That's the end of it. No, that's not the end of it. That's a part of a journey because I am eternal. Ajar, Amar, Avinashi. And I am connected. And I am light. Because when I say Aham Atma, I am soul, that means I am also saying I am light. Now let's explore each one of these and see how it is applied. What does this mean? जब मैं अपने स्मृति में, अपनी अवेयरनेस में इन सभी बातों को लाता हूं, तो मेरे अंदर किस प्रकार की परिवर्तन आती है, मेरे दृष्टिकोण में किस प्रकार की परिवर्तन आती है, मेरे दृष्टि में किस प्रकार की परिवर्तन आती है, और उससे मेरी जो कृति है, एक्शंस में किस प्रकार की परिवर्तन आती है, वो आज समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ अ सिंपल एक्सरसाइज. कैन आई गेट अ पेपर? हाँ, छोटी सी पेपर भी ठीक है. So all of you have a paper and a pen. use those at least 3 situations per block, जो भी वो block है, ठीक है? Now some of you might ask, where would I put the marriage? It depends. ठीक है? So some people put it on the right, some people put it on the left, so it's up to you. I'm not going to come and check, but it is just for your sake. So you can pick up 3 things, then you will get about 15. Something like that. Positive, not so positive. Once you're done, join those lines based on the chronological order. Join all those dots and draw the lines like this. Starts from here, then the first one is here, then the next is here. Based on the age, chronologically join those dots. Clear? It's very simple. Once you're done, check with the people beside you. You don't have to read it, but just look at the shape. Is it the same shape that you got or a different shape? Shape is same or shape is different? Different, right? We have about 30 people in the hall, and if you check, every single one's lifeline will be different. Yes or no? This clearly shows that each one of us is unique. A very simple way. Not only in the way we look, but also in the way we lead our life. What kind of experiences we have had, positive or negative. Each one of them is unique. Now, we said that soul consciousness means keeping this awareness that I am unique. Yes or no? That's what we said. Now, how does this awareness help? Let's explore. Is that the meaning of I am unique? Agreed? There's no one else like me in the whole universe. Fascinating stuff. There's only one, just me. And I cannot become you, you cannot become me. Again, correct? Now the corollary. If I am unique, that means you are also unique. Interesting? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then I stop being someone else and I accept myself as I am. Because I can never become you. Now you see how powerful this has, this awareness that I am unique has on today's Facebook and Instagram generation, who are trying to ape and become somebody else. You cannot become. You cannot make water flow uphill. If I am unique, I will always be unique. I can never become like you. That's when self-compassion and self-acceptance increases. This is again at the level of self. Because I don't have to reject myself by comparing myself with others. Because comparison is meaningless. Because each one of us is unique. In some things you are better. In some things I am better. When there is no comparison, then there is no jealousy. Whether it is a BMW or a Santro, both are cars. BMW is different, Santro is different. And positive self-esteem increases. Because now I will start acknowledging my capabilities and stop worrying about being somebody else, which is what the whole media is hell-bent on convincing us. Why you should lead someone else's life is what media is trying to do, day in and day out, through the advertisements and through all the campaigns. That's what the advertisements do, right? They force us to lead someone else's life. And that is what helps in developing non-judgmental awareness. Very important skill for a leader. Because I will stop judging. You are who you are. I am who I am. And if you keep reflecting, this has huge impact on the mental health. Today's mental health pandemic is because of this constant comparison. And now you see, all the treatments that we are doing for mental health is at the level of only kriti. We are not talking about the smriti level. When you start helping people change their smriti, then most of these mental health issues disappear. And it is much more low cost than giving them drugs, than putting them through a lot of therapy. Interesting? So how that fundamental change in smriti can bring about the whole change in the srishti itself. Another important area in relationships. You are unique means your tastes, your reactions, your abilities are all different from mine. Yes or no? Yes. And that's okay. You like black, I like white. That's fine. You like going to movie, I like spending time in the garden. You like paneer, I like aloo. And that's okay. Because you are unique. Your tastes are unique. You are different, I am different. And there's nothing wrong with it. 30 साल हो गया बाला भाई. कभी व्हाइट ड्रेस पहनती ही नहीं है. हमेशा ब्लैक ब्लैक ब्लैक. क्या पढ़िए इसको, समझ में नहीं आता है. Why? Because I'm forcing that she or he should think like me, should feel like me, should react like me. They cannot, because they are unique. इसी में तो खींचातान आता है ना हर relationship में. My kid has to be like me. No. Because they are different. IIT बालाभाई, IIT बॉम्बे कंप्यूटर साइंस, और ये पेंटर बनना चाहता है. कुछ तो बताओ, कुछ तो सिखाओ. मैं कैसे मुंह दिखाऊं अपने कलीग्स को? You see the mindset? Because we are violating that principle. And when you violate a natural principle, what will happen? What is the result? दुखी तो मिलता है ना. Because when you violate a natural principle, naturally there will be sorrow. And mutual respect increases, and I listen to you. And in today's distracted world, this is very huge, because this is the biggest complaint. And that is why as a coach and a counselor in our office, I get a lot of these complaints, lot of these mental health issues between people who loved each other. 2 साल भी नहीं हुआ, अभी तलाक तलाक तलाक. क्यों? ये ना वो सुनता है ना ये सुनती है. What they showed me when 2 years ago, पूरा बदल गया बाला भाई. पूरा 2 साल में चेंज हो गया. And then he comes and says, मैं कहाँ बदला? You refuse to see that. I was like that only that time also. I'm like that only now also. Because we are violating that uniqueness principle. Make a note and reflect on this. When I say love, it means respect plus safety. Respect means I need not agree with what you are saying, but I will accept. Because acceptance and agreement are two totally different things. When I accept what you are saying, it means I will give you that respect. इसलिए किसी भी आर्ग्यूमेंट में अगर आपकी बात को सामने वाला ध्यान से सुनता है बिना डिस्टर्ब किए, वो मानता नहीं है, एग्री नहीं करता है आपसे, लेकिन आपको ध्यान से सुनता है, सुनने के बाद अपना विचार आपके सामने रखता है जो आपकी बात से थोड़ा अलग है, मानने की चांसेस ज्यादा हैं या कम हो जाएंगे आपकी तरफ से जब उसने अच्छी तरह से आपकी बात सुनी? Will you be willing to agree? The chances of that person agreeing will increase or decrease? Increase, right? Because that is what as human beings we want. We want the other person to respect my opinion. They need not agree. But at least respect. अरे मेरी तो सुनो यार, थोड़ा तो पूरा तो करने दो. Can I just complete? Can I just express? You see that need? You need not agree, but at least can you listen to what I am saying? And that is why it is this respect that makes me like being loved. जो डरा, डर डर के प्यार किया नहीं जाता है. प्यार का मतलब ही है I feel safe, I feel relaxed. So when there is respect, when there is safety, that is love. Not running around the trees and hugging and kissing. That is not love, because that is what ends up sooner or later into talak, talak, talak. This is important. You be yourself, I am myself, and I respect you as you are, and I love you for who you are. And that kind of relationship lasts long, because I will never impose myself on you. And where does this come from? By just acknowledging just one principle, that I am unique, you are unique. So now you see how this one principle, we started off with just the first lesson of Brahmakumaris, Aham Atma Mama Shariram. And then we defined what does soul consciousness mean. And then we are exploring each of those qualities. So at every step of your life, if you imbibe this awareness that I am unique, you are unique, can you see its impact? How your attitude changes, how your actions change. Because you are unique, I respect you for who you are, and I allow you to be yourself. And when you respect me, my uniqueness, then you will also allow me to be myself. I need not impose. And we agree to disagree without becoming disagreeable to each other. You need not think like me, and I need not think like you, and that is okay. And I don't need permission to be myself, because I am unique too. And you don't need my permission because you are unique too. And most of the interpersonal conflicts disappear. Because I am okay if you don't like what I like, and you are okay if I don't like what you like. Which is okay, because you are unique, I am unique. Now that I acknowledge, now can we come to an understanding? This week, I will join you for the movie. Next week, you can join me in the garden. Because now I am respecting you. I am not forcing you to join every time in the garden, nor are you forcing me to go to the movie every time. Then what happens to that relationship? And a lot of unnecessary conflicts disappear. And I'll tell you one very important principle. As a conflict resolution coach, a lot of these conflicts come to me, both interpersonal conflicts and also conflicts at the team level and the organizational level. Now, I'm going to share with you one very interesting insight. Please make a note and reflect on it. Conflict is never about the other person. It is always about me. Conflict is never about the other person. It is always about me. Take an example. When a manager who comes to me and says, I have this huge conflict with my team member because he always comes late. Now the team member is happy coming late. It is you who is unhappy for the team member coming late. So who is creating the conflict?
But manager asks now why your teammate is coming late. He is getting scolded.
Where?
Suppose the lead is there.
Yeah.
4 people are there under him.
Correct.
And suppose he has to get the work done from there.
Correct.
One person is kamchor.
Correct.
Not working.
Correct.
Automatically he is getting beating from his senior. Why your XYZ team member has not given output.
Correct.
So in that time, it's not always the manager's conflict. He has been forced to make that person work. Right?
No, even otherwise also, if somebody is not coming on time,
Not about time. I'm asking about work
I mean, even anything, I'm not saying you should not act. I'm only talking about the conflict part of it. I'm not asking you should not fix it. That is incorrect, because you should never encourage somebody who is going to be kamchor. That's not my point.
But conflict arises because of the person's nature, na, I'm saying.
No. Who is creating that conflict? Just try to understand that point. The reason is, if you put the power onto the other person's nature, then as a manager, you can't do anything. You lost it. Because he is not doing, the conflict is because of that person. Then who needs to resolve the conflict? The other person. But if I say the conflict is because of me, I get the power in my hands. So now I will call him and say, how can you come on time? How can you do things properly? If not, these are the consequences. So now the control comes back to you. You see the difference? Whom am I giving the control to? When I say conflict is because of you, then until you change, the conflict will continue to exist. Because I already passed my power to you. And I keep waiting for you to change. And you don't want to change because you're always happy not doing things. So when I change my perspective, the conflict is not because of the other person, but because of me generating it, then I become more powerful. Then I can create a solution. That's what I mean here. So the sooner I realize that I am the one who is creating conflict, then the more easier it becomes for me to start working on it. Because the other person will not change. वो नहीं बदलेगा. संसार नहीं बदलेगी. मुझे बदलना है. What we learn in Brahmakumaris. And this is the meaning behind it. So when I change, I'm not saying you should continue to listen to that fellow or allow him. That was not my point. He is happy coming late. So now as a leader, I'll call him, because now I want to remove the conflict. And now I know the conflict is because of me not liking him coming late. Then I have the power to eliminate that conflict because I am creating that conflict. So now I want to eliminate. So I will call him and say, if you have to come on time starting tomorrow, what should you do? What should I do? Very simple. Don't give me 1,000 reasons and make me Ganga Jamuna and you also Ganga Jamuna. No, I am not bothered why you are coming late. Solution-centric thinking, not problem-centric thinking. Very important. When you approach a problem, 2 ways you can approach. Either you can focus only on the problem or you can focus on the solution. Simple example, team member is coming late. I will not ask why are you coming late. 1000 reasons है उनके पास. वो मुझे भी रुला देगा. वो भी रोएगा, मुझे भी रुला देगा. And tomorrow again he will come late. So the problem is not solved. So I will not ask why are you coming late. Wrong question. I'll start saying, you are coming late, how can you come on time? Now that is solution-centric thinking. Now you tell me, if you have to come on time, what should you do and what should I do? That's it. See the difference? Because now I realize the conflict is because of my thinking, I have more power to correct it. Make sense?
Suppose after taking all these actions, and then you just
Yeah.
hypothetical scenario,
Yeah.
you still find that person is still continuing it, then what should be your course of action?
I would simply ask him to go. Because those things will be documented, and whatever the organizational process is to deal with somebody who is not doing their work, that is what I will take up. All those things will be documented, and if that person is not changing for whatever reason or is not willing to change, or he cannot come during that time, two options. Either you change the role or you ask him to go. Because we don't have unlimited time, do we? We don't have unlimited resources. Then that's a choice you are making.
There is no other resource.
Yeah. So that's a choice you are making again. Right? You are consciously allowing that person to come late because you want them to complete the project. That is different. It increases mutual acceptance, which is different from agreement. Yes, sir.
If you allow me to, I will little bit I can explain.
Ji.
One of my companies, timing was 9 to 5:30.
Huh.
This timing was 9 to 5:30. I used to always reach at 9:30. Half an hour late every day. I used to work up to 8:30 or 9 o'clock. So my boss told me that as long as if there is a meeting at 10 o'clock, as long as you are there at 10 o'clock, I don't have any issue. And when I used to wait up to 8:30 or 9, if there is any mail I am sending, I used to get a copy at the 9 o'clock. So I was also used to understand that this fellow is working. And he said there is no, I don't have any issue. There was no conflict. So I just remembered that example. But every day I used to go late, but I used to wait also 2 hours, 1.5 hours extra.
Correct. Absolutely. Typical Indian middle class syndrome. When I start acknowledging that I am unique and my son or daughter is unique, my son or daughter need not be as famous or as best as I am. I'll give you a book, a small book. It's called The Prophet, and it's written by Khalil Gibran. You should read that. Very powerful. Khalil Gibran, Khalilgibran. And he says, your children are not your children. They came through you, not from you. They came through you. They did not come from you. Allow them to tell their own stories. Don't make them tell your story. एंड यू सी द प्रेशर. यहाँ पे इतना प्रेशर है या नहीं मैं नहीं जानता हूँ वो इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिकल सीट्स के लिए, लेकिन वहाँ आंध्रा और तेलंगाना में तो लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर. इसलिए 10th स्टैंडर्ड के बाद द सुइसाइड स्पाइक अप ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि उनको उतना परसेंटेज नहीं मिला, कॉलेज नहीं मिला या ब्रांच नहीं मिला. बिकॉज दैट इज अ फोर्स दैट पेरेंट्स हैव. आप न्यूज़पेपर में भी पढ़ रहे होंगे ना, लास्ट 1 or 2 years there's lots of suicides in Kota. It is because of violating this simple principle. Because you force your kids what you could not achieve. This is another typical Indian middle class mentality, right? जो मुझे नहीं मिला वो मेरे बच्चों को मिलना चाहिए, जो मैं नहीं कर पाई वो मेरे बच्चे करना चाहिए. I could not become a doctor, so you become a doctor. कितना चाहे मैं मेहनत करूंगी, लेकिन आपको डॉक्टर बनना है. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. आई वॉन्ट टू बिकम अ CA. आई वॉन्ट टू स्टडी इकोनॉमिक्स. आई वॉन्ट टू बिकम एन इकोनॉमिस्ट. वो क्या होता है? Because we don't respect their opinion, because we are violating this simple principle. Now at workplace, when I start acknowledging that my team members are unique, every team member is respected. which is huge. I need not agree, but I will allow you to speak. And that creates a safe space. कई बार हम क्या देखते हैं, if you are a manager or if your manager likes somebody, वो मीटिंग में कुछ बोलना चाहता है और वो पसंद है, तो मैनेजर क्या कहेगा, अच्छा बोलिए. And if he doesn't like, हाँ ठीक है, bet. Because I don't like, even if that fellow is saying something very positive, this is my reaction because I don't like. And again I am violating this principle. Yeah. So अगर दोनों को पता नहीं है, then they should spend some time in trying to speak with people who are already civil engineers. अगर 1 साल बात करने में, मिलने में और एक्सपेरिमेंट करने में जाएगा, वो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Because the question is about knowledge. He can get that knowledge by speaking to people, by exploring things. Maybe 2 things, maybe 3 things. Maybe he will know that he dislikes civil engineering after learning all those than he likes something else. At least उसको ये तो पता चला कि मुझे civil engineering नहीं करना है. मुझे क्या करना है उसको अभी पता नहीं है, लेकिन ये तो पता चला कि उसको मुझे ये नहीं करना है. And that is also good knowledge, good insight. And this is another Indian typical middle class problem. 1 साल वेस्ट हो जाएगा. अरे जिंदगी बर्बाद हो जाएगी. If you are going to do 4 years of engineering which you don't like, 1 साल में क्या बड़ी बात है? So it's important for both the parents and the kids to go and explore, to ask and to learn. Otherwise they are working out of ignorance. And this is what increases psychological safety, because my manager never imposes his ideas on me. He'll allow me to speak. He may not agree. I worked with the same manager for 19 years. Sometimes I would disagree with my manager. He would say, Bala, I know you don't like this, but I have my own constraints. You have to do this. I know you don't like it, but I want you to do this. Fine. He is also unable to. He says, I can't tell you the reason now, but you go do this. And I know you don't like it. It is from him I learnt. We can agree to disagree without becoming disagreeable. Now he knows I don't like this, and that's good enough for me. And he's saying, Bala, I want you to do this. Or sometimes he says, I request you to do this. Fine, I'll do it for you. And takes quality of conversations a notch higher, because in our life also, both in personal life and professional life, कई बार आपने भी सोचा होगा, कोई मेरा सुनता ही नहीं है. Yes or no? सुनने वाले ही नहीं है. Can I just speak? Can I just complete, please? How many times we feel that? At workplace or at home. But when you acknowledge that you are unique and the other person is unique, you will allow them to speak. हाँ, कभी कभी कोई माइकासुर भी होते हैं. जानते हैं कोई माइकासुर कौन है? अकासुर बकासुर जानते हैं? माइकासुर कौन है जानते हैं? जिसको माइक दे दिया बोलने का चांस, वो दूसरे को चांस नहीं देते हैं, वो माइकासुर है. तो उनके लिए अलग है. बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट नॉर्मल पीपल लाइक यू एंड मी. जो स्पेशल केसेस है उनका ट्रीटमेंट अलग है. ठीक है, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मोर देन 90% ऑफ नॉर्मल पीपल. एंड नो आइडिया इज ब्रश्ड असाइड. It creates more opportunities for better ideas. I will start focusing on what is being said and not who is saying it. Very big difference. So now sit back and reflect on this question. What specific challenges in my life, in my relationships at my workplace, can I overcome using the awareness of I am unique? Now you heard about how this simple principle can be applied. Now try to apply it to your own life and then see what kind of conflicts, what kind of issues, what kind of sorrow can be removed if you start adopting this principle. Even if you are suffering from low self-esteem because of constant comparison, you can apply this principle. So just sit back, reflect, and make a note. Whomever you dislike in your life, start looking at them from this lens. Sometimes we don't like someone else's sanskars, their way of dressing, their way of speaking, acting, whatever. So when you start looking at it from this angle, they are unique, I don't have to impose. Then you see that conflict becomes compassion. Again, this is not about they being right or wrong. They could be wrong, but still you start from the position of compassion, not from the position of rejection. Good, you got at least 2 insights? 2 things at least you can try out? At least 2? Good. So use this, and you can also sit back and reflect a little more. And now we'll explore few more principles. I am neither lesser nor more. And this is a natural extension of I am unique. Because each one of us is a soul. We have our own journey. So that means we are all equal. We are all children of same God. And this has very big impact, both the uniqueness and this equality, because now I need not compare myself. But what I will compare is my previous self. How can I become a better version of myself? So when my kid comes and then says, I got 70 marks, I will not say, वो प्रकाश को 90 marks मिले, तुझे क्यों 70 आए हैं? Wrong. Okay, you got 70 this time. Can we sit and have a conversation how you can get 90 next time? Or how you can get 80 next time? Now there is no comparison. I am only encouraging you to become a better version of yourself. A lot of times we get irritated because I am getting compared with somebody else. Instead, when I speak with you and then ask you, how can you become better? Because I think you can become better. That gives me more motivation because the other person is looking at my potential. They are not judging my performance. Big difference between performance and potential. As a manager, when you come to me, you are my team member and I'm your manager. You have met my expectations in the previous 6 months. During the conversation, I will say, I strongly feel you can exceed expectations and you can do much better than what you're doing. Can we have a conversation? See the difference it makes? Because I'm speaking only about your performance and your own potential. I'm not comparing with anyone else. I am asking you to become better. And that desire to become better is innate in all human beings. Please make a note and reflect. Even a small kid in the hall, if you ask, do they want to pass or do they want to fail? Now we'll ask her. What's your name? Divya, very nice name. So Divya, tell us, do you go to school to fail or do you go to school to pass? Sure? You want to get a good rank or a bad rank or less rank? Even if, do you want your brain to grow or your brain to shrink? Chota banna hai ya bada banna hai? Right? That desire to grow is inherent in each one of us. Can I start focusing on that? And as a human being, I deserve same kind of respect like anyone else. Because you're unique and you're equal. I don't have to compare you with anyone else. My 80 could be equal to your 60 and I will speak only about your 60. How can you make that into 80? I will never compare that with my 80. Because that's meaningless. Now when we start teaching this to our kids in the school, see the difference it makes? Again, I'm not saying like what is currently happening in the world outside. Everybody 80 or 60, everybody is equal. That's not what we are saying. 80 is 80, 60 is 60. I'm only saying your 80 and my 60 are unique, are different. In some schools in US, one of my classmates, he lives in US, he is saying, Bala, what sort of nonsense is this? Even if you participate in a game, you are getting an award. So he is saying, what sort of stupidity is this? One who comes first in the running race and one who comes last, everybody is getting the award. So we are not, that way what we are doing, we are in a wrong way removing their desire to excel. See that? And that is incorrect because you are stopping them. You are not allowing them to aspire. We are not comparing here. So this attitude is more important. I am not saying 80 is equal to 60. No, that's not my point. That's why I keep on repeating. You got 60, how can you get 80 next time? How can you become a better version of yourself? Because that desire to become better is inherent in each one of us, but without comparing. It eliminates all artificial disparities based on, which are created based on body consciousness, color, religion, gender, nationality. No. Aham Atma, just a point of light. That's it. So that's about, and you can think about this. This is just a glimpse. I am valuable. So do this exercise. Write about your positive qualities in 2 minutes, as many as you have. I'm not going to read, I'm not going to contest. What you think are your positive qualities, start writing. Again, remember, these are your positive qualities. You're not going to compare. So you got at least 5 positive qualities? At least 5? Very good. We'll skip this for now. Good. So the next principle of soul consciousness is I am master. So what are the qualities of a master? I'm not talking about a schoolmaster. I'm talking about a master who knows his skill or her skill. So when you look at it from that angle, what are the qualities of a master? Go ahead.
Self-reliant.
Self-reliant, very good. Or? Yes, same. Aware of self and?
Expert or authority in that.
Very good. Expert or authority in that area. And? Disciplined and? Accountable and responsible. Very good. And? And? When you're a master, you're also starts with a C. Compassionate and? Curious and? Creator and? Courageous and? And courage gives rise to? Another C. You're confident. Yes? So, when you are a master, you're capable, confident, independent, fearless. You have positivity, you have motivation, all these qualities. Opposite qualities. When I think I am not a master, you see those? Again, स्मृति से समर्थी. अगर स्मृति में ये नहीं है कि मैं मास्टर हूं, then these are all the things that come up because I will start looking at others. And even if I have them inside, I will never look at them. It's like a mother who put your mathematics textbook in your bag and sent you to school. But she never told you that she put the book inside your bag. And when teacher asks you, did you bring your mathematics notebook or a textbook? You will start asking others and start looking at others, because you were never told that you already have the book in the bag. And some of us even forget that we have our own bag. Right? Forget about looking. We say that even though we have a bag, we forgot that we have a bag. So in my smriti, when I consider myself as a victim, as a slave, see the kind of experiences it gives rise to. And if my smriti is I am master, I am creator, then I am creating my own experience. I choose to be happy. Because I am the master of my happiness. You can't make me unhappy. Because I will not give that authority to you. That's why when I was managing a team of about 100 people, I would tell them openly, you can come and say, Bala, you're an idiot. I would say, show me the data. Very simple. Otherwise, it's your opinion. Because you cannot spoil my peace, because I am the master of my peace. I am the master of my happiness. Effectively, I will make this remote inoperable. You can keep pressing, but channel won't change. Otherwise, हमने अपनी रिमोट को सभी को देके रखा है. काम वाली से लेके ऑटो वाले तक, रिक्शा वाले तक, कोई भी है, लिबरली सबको देके रखा है. भाई तू प्रेस कर, मैं नाचूंगी यहाँ. और उनको पता है, देखो मैं अभी क्या करूंगी इनको देके, यार देखना. So they will go and do something which get irritated you, because उनको रिमोट देके रखा है ना, तो वो प्रेस करना जानते हैं. Right? Because I forgot that I am the master of my own emotions. I am the master of my feelings. I can create those, I can generate those. As a master, I respond, I don't react, I don't blame others. Now try this at your home. Take a chair and call it as a blameless chair. उस पर एक लेबल चिपका दो. ये blameless chair है. और जब भी आपको कोई conflict resolve करनी है, वो chair पे बैठ जाओ. एक ही rule है बस. You should not blame anybody. You should not blame yourself, you should not blame your kids, your spouse, or your manager, or the weather outside. Without blaming, try to resolve the situation and see the beauty. What kind of innovative solutions come up? Because blame avoids responsibility. Blame is low energy because you don't have to do anything. You blame others. हो गया, मेरा काम नहीं है, उनका है, उन्होंने नहीं किया, इसलिए ये हुआ. Then the things will never improve. That's what we are seeing play out all over India in this election season. Because you're not willing to take the responsibility. So when I am a master, I will stop blaming. And as a master, I am assertive, I am not aggressive. I'll put forth my ideas. Being a master means accepting and acknowledging my capabilities and having faith in myself that I can do this. Because a lot of times I start with this thought that I can't do this. Now, even before you have tried, when you start with I can't do this, your motivation levels will go up or come down. When your motivation levels go down or they come down, your effort goes up or comes down. When your effort goes down, your chances of succeeding increase or decrease. Now, without even trying, you are able to reduce your chances. Fascinating. Smriti se samarthi, ya vismriti se asamarthi. So actions driven by faith in the self move me into position of strength. So when I am doing a task, a particular activity, लाचारी या बेचारी होके कर रही हूं या और I am doing from a position of strength makes a huge difference to the result. When I operate from position of strength, I drive things rather than being driven. I can't give you my remote. The remote is always with me. It's about accepting and acting without feeling sad, bad, mad. Because this is what most of the time we spend our whole energy in. For every small silly thing, feeling sad, bad, mad. I acknowledge others' contribution and capabilities without feeling intimidated. That is position of strength. Now club the uniqueness point and club this point. There's no need to compare. There is no need to feel less because they got better rank or better pay. I don't have to feel intimidated or threatened. Not needed. And this is another huge thing in today's generation. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Again, I'm not saying that I should not improve. I will constantly keep improving. I will not stay stagnant. But in the process, am I moving into a position of weakness by constantly comparing, or am I operating from a position of strength?
Any kind of business a person is running, he is very much doing fine, any kind of business partner, and what, let's say you enter into that business and you are more powerful and superior with perspective of all the points, and you really capture the market like that. So are there no chances of he becoming insane or no? Bala has taken me over like that?
Yeah, but again, if you see,
Come for you, and he will feel jealous for you, or he will
that's exactly the point. If you came into the market in which I am, if I remember this point that I am unique and you are unique, I will sit and reflect. Your name again?
Asmita. But because of you, my market is getting down now.
No.
Because you are more superior than me.
Yeah, your market is always your market because the market is open for everybody. I am not capturing what you are getting. That is what you think. This is what we call a scarcity mindset.
No, but previously I was on the top. But
Correct.
You entered my line.
Absolutely.
You took up that top position.
Correct.
I'm just giving a situation.
No, which is true. But now, how can you become better? That's all. Because he has superior way of doing things, of improving quality. You can focus only on yourself because I am not going to reduce my quality for your sake. I will continue to improve my quality, right? Like my cousin, during this Andhra Telangana debate, before the split, okay? So his classmate was from Andhra. He was getting 80 marks. And my cousin, he was getting 60 marks. I asked my cousin, why do you want the split? Why do you want your classmate to go away? He said, if he goes away, 60 will become first. I will come first. I need not get 80. As long as that fellow is there, I will always get only second rank. मुझे बिना मेहनत के फर्स्ट रैंक चाहिए. कैसे मिलेगा? उसको चले जाना है क्योंकि वो आंध्रा से है. No, this is stupidity because this is what we want. I should not do anything. The world should change. No, it won't. I will continue to do my best. Now you need to explore and decide. Because by you comparing with me, you're not going to get anything. Because I will continue to improve. Right? So, and when you start looking at it as, yes, Bala is unique and I am unique, then I can start thinking from a position of strength, not from a position of weakness. I will not sit and feel sad, bad, mad. I'll sit and say, how can I become better? And that is what will push you to come up with newer ideas. See the difference? Now, when I am in the state of me being the master, I am more confident, capable, and I'm relaxed. That is when my thinking brain, my ability to make decisions works well. I come up with good quality decisions. That is why when you are scared about something, will you be able to ever think properly? Will you be able to come up with good decisions when you are scared? जब आप डरे हुए हैं, आपके जो decision making capability है, वो अच्छी रहेगी या नहीं अच्छी रहेगी? Because I need to be relaxed, I need to be focused. When I am scared, when I move into position of weakness, my emotional center is active. That means my thinking brain literally goes out of the window. Then my decision making capability reduces. And that's why when people ask, how does meditation help improve decision making capability? It improves this way. because it helps me to focus on myself. This is what I keep differentiating between somebody being dumbly selfish, somebody being intelligently selfish. Dumb selfishness is what you just mentioned when I keep comparing with you. मुझे ही बनना है. But intelligent selfishness is more interesting. Intelligent selfishness is, I am so selfish about my happiness, I will never allow you to make me unhappy. आप कुछ भी कर लो. डांस करो, कपड़े फाड़ो, हेयर फाड़ो, कुछ भी करो आप. You can never make me unhappy because I am so selfish about my happiness. And that selfishness is good selfishness. You can never make me peaceless. You can yell, shout, dance, whatever you want to do, but I'm always peaceful. Because I'm selfish about my peace. See the difference it makes? It's good for you, it's good for me. That kind of selfishness is what we all need to learn.
Question is, she said you came in the industry and you're Bala and whatever the thing is that you're on the top.
Correct.
Now the feelings for the other one are insecure about it.
Correct.
They are insecure if he's going up.
Correct.
What should your feelings for that? Because
I'm not worried.
if you are worried, let's take an individual thing.
Huh.
Yeah, it's an organization.
Huh.
As an individual, you know that they are insecure.
Huh.
But what your feelings should be there.
And then we go and help them if they are interested in listening. Right? You make them look at their own strengths, and whatever help and support they need, you give them that help. Now you see, where is the insecurity coming from? Again, you are violating the principle of this position of strength, where you are looking at me instead of looking at yourself.
Because it really happened, one of my colleagues, he entered into a new project, and the other people, they were already working in that project. In that project, they wanted to get the KT.
Correct.
While giving KT, they used to purposely make sure that he doesn't get much knowledge.
Correct.
So that he हमसे आगे गया तो हमारा
Correct.
position चला जाएगा.
Correct.
That was their intention.
Yeah.
So I purposely put up this
Yeah, it always happens that way.
Yeah, I think one of my friends was saying they will do this kind of job.
Correct.
Purposely they will not show the document.
Correct. Correct.
This kind of mentality is, they are saying it is natural because उनका position हिल जाएगा.
Now, because that is natural for them. That is unfortunate stuff, right? इसलिए तो इसको हम तमो प्रधान दुनिया कहते हैं. Because whatever is wrong, whatever is weak, whatever is negative, we are calling it as natural.
If I started teaching you, making you strong, tomorrow you may replace me.
Which is okay, right? Because if that is why I'm saying that is a weak mindset, because we will always stay back. जैसे वो कहानी है ना, they put all these scorpions in different jars from different countries, लेकिन एक जार को लिड नहीं था. तो इसने पूछा, यार सभी जार्स को लिड है लेकिन इस जार को लिड क्यों नहीं है? वो स्कॉर्पियन चला जाएगा ना उसके अंदर डालेंगे तो वो कहता है ये भारत से है, किसी को जाने नहीं देंगे. अगर कोई ऊपर जा रहा है तो नीचे वाला खींच देगा, तो मुझे कोई चिंता नहीं है, इसके ऊपर लिड लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. Because वो अपने आप system will take care. So nobody is allowed to grow. Yes. Huh.
There are at times as leaders you need to take tough decisions.
Yes.
For example, if there is a non-performer in your team,
Correct.
right? So you give them chances.
Correct.
Like there is a performance.
Yes. Yes.
Which you give, and still if the person is not willing to change
Correct.
or not up to the standard,
Correct.
ask them to leave.
Correct.
Then is it as you said that if it comes under the power of strength that you have
Yeah.
the power to take that decision, whether that is you need to feel sad and mad about it.
Not needed, because that's why I said, as manager, you don't have unlimited time. You don't have unlimited resources. And if you are not asking that person to grow, you are actually asking them to continue their low performance and encouraging low performance, which is not good for him or for you or for the organization. Maybe they are not fit for that role. Maybe they are fit for some other role. But if you continue to support their low performance, you are actually, as a manager, cheating them. There may be temporary bad feelings, sad feelings for that person and for you, but that medicine is required. If the doctor continuously feels about your pain when he or she is going to give you injection, your fever will never come down. Because that pain is needed for the next gain. So if you're a master, you can, if you are not a master, you can never operate at full potential. अगर वो स्मृति नहीं है, तो then your ability to operate at your full potential gets impacted. When I am master, this is also important. I focus on expressing myself. When I am not a master, I focus on impressing others. पत्ते पत्ते को पानी देने जाओगे तो पेड़ सूख जाएगी. इसलिए किसको पानी देना है? बीज को पानी देना है, तो सारा पेड़ हरा भरा रहेगा. We always try to impress everybody else in the world and in the process starve ourselves. Don't focus, because पत्ते पत्ते को पानी नहीं दे पाओगे आप. You cannot impress everybody. There will always be somebody who won't like you. ये लेके चलो आप.
But there are some factors. People feel like इसकी कल को जरूरत पड़ी तो.
हाँ?
Why they impress? Suppose someone they don't like, still they try to impress that person. कल को इसकी जरूरत पड़ी तो. That is their.
कितनी That's fine, but that is what is wasting your time and energy, right? Because that's your selfishness. You're approaching from a position of weakness. You're not approaching from a position of strength. You continue to be yourself. You continue to do what is right. Again, you are respecting the other person. You are not antagonizing them. But you are not actively trying to do something thinking that they will like you. Now, this is another interesting thing. अगर मुझे अच्छी तरह पता होता कि अस्मिता को क्या पसंद है, 100% of the times, not even 99%, I don't know what you like. I will try to guess and I will try to do that, thinking that you will like me without even knowing whether you are actually liking or not. And that is so much waste of time. कितना energy waste हो जाता है? Because I don't even know what you like. That's why it said, I am not who I am. I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am. I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am not what I think you think I am. Because I'm constantly trying to change, thinking that this is what you are thinking about me. But you are so busy in yourself that you don't even have time for me. But I'm constantly trying to impress you. That's why if you go, I keep sharing this as a part of my digital wellness class. Over the weekend, switch off for 24 hours your mobile. 24 hours के बाद आप check करो. एक भी मैसेज नहीं आया होगा आपको. Because you will think, कौन मिस करता होगा मुझे, कितने messages आए होंगे, कितने missed calls आए होंगे. They are so busy in themselves, they don't even bother whether your mobile is switched off or on. Because that is a false sense of importance we give to ourselves. Wrong. You are not so important.
My question was in a different way. Many people, they have tendency. अभी समझ में आ गया ना कि सामने वाला बहुत अच्छे बोल सकते हैं. Any feeling.
Yeah.
Anything. So उसके साथ ज़्यादा चिपकने के चक्कर में रहते हैं.
But that is position of weakness, right?
या पैसे वाले लोगों के पीछे.
जो भी है.
इससे हर पहचान बना के रखते फायदा हो. So that thought उनको impressions में लेके जाते हैं. This person will be of some use for us.
But that will never succeed. Because you're not being yourself. They will never like you because they will be able to see you, right? They'll be able to see you. They may not like you, but at least if you are in your position, you're expressing yourself, they will respect you for that. That's important. One small, in 10 seconds, I'll share something. So one of my friends, he introduced his other friend because as a coach and counselor, I keep getting many of these requests to help people. So this fellow was a drug addict. He was trying to come out of it for more than 6 to 10 years. He didn't succeed. So he said, Bala, aap inse baat karo. So in my first session itself, I introduced him to this concept that you are a master, not that powder. You are the master of your thoughts. You are the master of your habits. You have the capability. He started crying. Because all these years, in his smriti, he thought that he was a slave for the drug. Nobody told him that he was a master. And once he started practicing, it's been 3 years now, he's away from it. Because as a master, he is able to redirect his thoughts. Because now you know I am the master. I can do something else. So he focuses on his exercise. He focuses on his meditation. He doesn't allow his mind to go that side. Because now he knows that he is a master. So as a master, I can control my thoughts. Very important. नहीं तो बचपन से हमको क्या सिखाया? मन मंकी है, घोड़ा है, बिल्ली है, हॉर्स है, ये है, वो है. तो हम उसको कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश भी नहीं करते हैं. We just run with it. But now, here we are learning that I am the master. I can control my thoughts. It requires some effort, but I can do it.
Master means Malik.
Yes, Malik. So, remember, you are the painter of your life. Don't give the paintbrush to somebody else. Yes, then you are becoming weak. Exactly.
But I think nowadays every other female that especially when it comes to parents, so authority figure like parents. So that time of greater confidence.
Absolutely.
That we please design some session on that.
No, this is for parents also. You have many parents in the audience. This is specifically for parents, not just for individuals. For all of them.
Generation gap.
Huh? I'm definitely more powerful than I think I am. Because once I change my smriti, automatically my samarthi keeps increasing. Okay? And the next one is eternal. Another very interesting experience. In Brahmakumaris, we have a group called Spark, Spiritual Applications Research Center. In Bangalore, there is this Kidwai Memorial Cancer Research Hospital. So typically, like in many buildings, there will always be a space below the stairs which is not used. Right? In all the offices, we see that. So there was one such place in this hospital where it was a lot of waste was dumped. So our brothers, when they were visiting the hospital to, help share this meditation with others, they saw this place and then they said, can we clean this up? Can we clean this up and then start sitting and meditating here? They agreed. They said, ये तो waste है पड़ी हुई है, हम use नहीं कर रहे हैं. अगर आप कुछ आके meditate करना चाहते हैं तो क्या बड़ी बात है, करो. So they cleaned it up and they started meditating. They did not speak with anyone else. They were just meditating. And after a month, they saw that the caretakers started coming and meditating. क्योंकि cancer hospital है, तो सालों साल उनको रहना पड़ता है. So the caretakers used to come regularly when they saw this nice space with that little bit of red light, and they started coming and sitting there. कोई बात भी नहीं करता था उनसे. They would just go there and then sit and meditate. That's it. Just experience that peace and come out. And then they started bringing the patients also. And when patients also started feeling relaxed, they wanted to know. So then they were taught this first lesson. That you are a soul, you are eternal. And that was so powerful. क्योंकि उस टाइम तक उनको किसी ने नहीं बताया कि you will always be alive even after you leave this body. Because you're scared about that disease, right? Cancer. But now somebody is telling you that you are eternal. And they started feeling so good, just with this one lesson, with this practice, medicine started working on them. And the doctors were surprised. कि आपने क्या सिखाया? Now we are seeing these people who were despondent, helpless, hopeless. Now they started responding to medication. They started smiling. They started having conversation. They want to live. What change did you bring about? And they were so impressed. 25 of their heads of the department from that hospital, through their own cost, they put the money and then they visited Mount Abu because they wanted to know about this philosophy. And once they came back, they gave a separate room and they said, whatever you want in this room, we will create it for you. All the posters, pictures, and now every day even Murli happens for the last 15 years. Regular meditation class also happens there. Just with this one lesson, I am eternal. It's in Bangalore. Right? Fascinating stuffs. And if you are interested in learning about reincarnation, you should research on Ian Stevenson. He is the one who showed through this academic work 20 such cases from all over the world that yes, there is something that actually moves from one life to the next. Okay, many cases you must have heard or read about reincarnation where they give their details, where they talk about their previous life experiences. So he did thorough research of that, and 20 such cases which could not be explained other than through reincarnation. And another aspect that you might want to try out is search near-death experiences, Raymond R. Moody on YouTube. You'll get a 1 hour fascinating documentary where you will see people who died and then came back. And they share their experience of meeting a light, experiencing that love, that compassion, and how that transformed their life completely. Because today's Western psychology believes you can't change your personality, you can only tweak with it. But these are the people who completely changed their personality with that one experience. Like if you're a type A personality, they will say you can tweak a little bit, but you cannot become somebody who will let go of that desire to win at any cost. But this experience has completely transformed them. And you will meet many such people. And a lot of research has also been done, a lot of books also have been published. But that 1 hour documentary is very powerful. Raymond R. Moody, near-death experience, if you search on YouTube, it's worth it. You should watch. I am powerful. So if you believe you can do something, or if you believe you cannot do something, you are right. That's what Henry Ford said, right? You are right. If you believe you can't do something, tatastu, what we discussed, then you can't do something. So you start with this smriti that I am capable, I am powerful, and I am light. So there's another fascinating principle that you learn at Brahmakumaris. Your swarup is light and your sthiti is also light. So when I visualize myself as a point of light, my sthiti also becomes light, which is what we want. Otherwise, what is the language you use? Yaar, sir bhari hai yaar aaj. Bahut ho gaya. So I am not carrying any weight, but still I will say, sir bhari hai. But how can I become light? Light kaise kar sakta hu? When I start experiencing myself as light. And that's what we call as double light. Okay? So how do you experience that even at your workplace? Let me show that small video to you. How do you visualize yourself as a soul? Just watch this. So you start with this smriti that I am a soul. So you slowly move into this consciousness and start focusing on yourself as that point of light. And then you start spreading those rays, that light from that point of light all around you. Because this body is heavy. So in my consciousness, when I think I am this body, sir bhari ho jayega. But when I say that I am light, then my sthiti also becomes light. So when you start experiencing yourself as light and spreading those light all around you, and you become a body of light, just with this experience, you can start feeling light. You should try this. Irrespective of in any situation you are, just experience that you are a light and see the difference it makes. Okay? So now we come back to the summary. Soul consciousness means I'm unique, I'm equal. Yeah, say it, no problem. Say it loudly. Right? Again.
I'm unique, I'm equal, I'm valuable, I'm master, I'm creative, I'm light, I'm eternal, I'm connected, I'm capable.
Now this is just the first lesson of Brahmakumaris. We haven't touched the other lessons, okay? This is just the first lesson.
So what about the I am connected?
Yeah, I'm connected means as a soul I'm never alone. I'm always connected with the rest. What we call is empathy because I am allowing you to be yourself. I don't have to force. And psychologically safe teams. As a leader, this is what organizations want. They spend millions, but they will never be able to do that because they are not starting from that smriti. Confidence and leadership. Each team member is a potential leader, and I am not worried about it because each one is unique. And I can come up with unbiased decision making because I don't get carried away with my own biases. And this is what is talked about in almost all leadership trainings. Yes or no? And many a times they will ask you to jump, they will ask the other fellow to catch you saying this will improve trust. Ye ball le lo, ye rope le lo, idhar khudo, udhar baitho, isko hug karo, usko kiss karo. 3 दिन के बाद, yeah, as soon as you come home, it is back to square one. अच्छा खाना खाया, enjoy किया, back to square one. Nothing remains because that smriti is not changed. Good. So shall we experience that for a couple of minutes? Okay. Sit straight. Put all your pen, papers, everything aside. Don't carry anything, including your mobile, everything aside. Feel light, sit straight. Have your back well supported. Don't fold your arms, don't fold your legs. Both feet firmly on the ground. And if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes, or if you want to keep your eyes open, keep your eyes open. Take a deep breath. Breathe deeply and slowly. As you breathe in, observe the muscles of your stomach expand. As you breathe out, observe the muscles of your stomach contract. Breathe slowly and deeply. Let go of any tension in any part of your body and relax yourself. As you relax, visualize a shining bright white star in the middle of your forehead. A shining bright white star, spreading rays of peace and relaxation all around you. As these white rays of peace and relaxation spread all over your body, through your mind's eye, you are able to see yourself as a being of light. I am light. I am unique. There is no one else like me in this universe. I am eternal. I was there. I am there. I will always be there. I just change from one body to the other, like I change my costume. मैं एक अजर, अमर, अविनाशी आत्मा हूँ. I am eternal. I am master. I am the master of my thoughts. I am the master of my feelings. And I am the master of my actions. I am the creator of my life. I am valuable. I am filled with positive qualities. Continue to see yourself as a being of light through your mind's eye. I am powerful and I am capable. Gently rub your palms and wipe your eyes. Thank you. Om Shanti.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया बाला भाई जी का. जैसे हम सुन रहे थे तो आई वॉज फीलिंग अमेज्ड कि हमारा फर्स्ट लेसन ही इतना पावरफुल और इतना लाइफ चेंजिंग है. उसको आपने इतनी सरलता से, जिसको अप्लाइड स्पिरिचुअलिटी हम कहते हैं, कि सचमुच हम सब सुनते आते हैं कोर्स या ये लेसन्स, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली उसको हम कितनी अच्छी तरह से यूज़ कर सकते हैं, उसकी समझ, उसकी रियलाइजेशन हमें आज हुई. तो हम सब की ओर से एक बार फिर आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया है. आई एम श्योर आप सब ने भी रियलाइज़ किया ही होगा ये जो छोटे छोटे अफर्मेटिव थॉट्स, आई एम पावरफुल, आई एम मास्टर, खासकर आपने जो ड्रग एडिक्ट का या कैंसर हॉस्पिटल के भी एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर किए, तो सचमुच दिल को छू गया कि हम इतनी छोटी सी बात को कितनी अच्छी तरह से यूज़ करके किसी का जीवन, अपना जीवन पहले तो बदल सकते हैं। तो थैंक यू वंस अगेन। मैं लक्ष्मी दीदी जी को इनवाइट करूंगी आज के विशेष कार्यक्रम के निमित्त। हम सभी को टोली और वरदान प्रसाद दिया जाएगा और वरदान होगा। इसके पहले हम बताना चाहते हैं कि कल से जिन्होंने भी राजयोगा मेडिटेशन कोर्स अभी तक नहीं किया है और जो करना चाहते हैं, तो कल से ये कोर्स यहाँ पर सेंटर पर रहेगा, सुबह 7 से 8 बजे और शाम को 7 से 8 बजे। दोनों में से कोई भी एक टाइम पर आप कर सकते हैं। ओम शांति। एक एक टोली और
ओम शांति। शुरू में हमने कहा था आज की शाम खुद के नाम, तो हो गई खुद के नाम। हाँ, खुद को अच्छी तरह से जांचा, परखा, समझा, राइट। तो आज की शाम हमारी खुद के नाम करने के निमित्त जो बने हुए नाम हैं, मैं उस हस्ती को सामने बुलाना चाहती हूँ। हमारे रिस्पेक्टेड डिवाइन ब्रदर समीर जी, प्लीज़ कम ऑन डाइस। मैं उनको रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ। समीर भाई जी निमित्त बने हैं आज हम सभी के बीच बाला भाई को लाने के लिए, इसलिए एक बार हम समीर भाई जी के लिए ज़ोरदार तालियां बजाएंगे। शर्मिला बहन समीर भाई जी को गुलदस्ता दे करके वेलकम करेंगे। समीर भाई जी, आपका बहुत 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 शुक्रिया। किसके कारण किसका भला। वैसे समीर भाई जी 1 पॉइंट IT कंपनी के इंडिया हेड है और 1 पॉइंट IT कंपनी की ट्रेनिंग के लिए बाला भाई जी को बुलाया हुआ है, तो उनके कारण हमारा भला है ना। तो इसलिए हमें भी बाला भाई जी का लाभ मिला। तो बाला भाई जी के शुक्रिया के साथ साथ हम समीर भाई जी का बहुत स्पेशल थैंक्स करना चाहते हैं और 2 मिनट समीर भाई जी भी हम सभी से मिलेंगे।
ओम शांति। ये भले मेरा नाम लिया गया, लेकिन जो भी है वो ऊपर वाला है जो सब करता है, मेरा कोई भी हाथ नहीं। आपके डेस्टिनी में था कि आप सुने उनको तो हो गया, ऐसा है। बाकी दीदी का इतना साकार होता है कि इतना अच्छा जगह है तो हम उसका भी लाभ ले और सभी को अच्छा ज्ञान मिले, उसके लिए हम सभी देखते रहते हैं। और दीदी का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि हमको ऐसा अच्छा जगह में ये करने का मौका मिलना। थैंक यू।
आपने देखा होगा यहाँ जितने भी है उनकी एक स्पेशलिटी ये होती है, कोई भी चीज़ की क्रेडिट कभी अपने आप पर नहीं लेते हैं। सारी क्रेडिट कहाँ भेजते हैं? ऊपर। ऊपर किसकी ओर भेजेंगे? आज तो हमने खुद के बारे में सुना ना, तो खुद के ऊपर नहीं लेते हैं, खुदा की ओर, भगवान की ओर सारा क्रेडिट भेजते हैं, है ना। आज बाला भाई ने ये सेशन कराया तो वो भी क्रेडिट खुद के ऊपर नहीं लेंगे, भगवान ने, बाबा ने हमसे करवाया, भगवान ने हमसे करवाया। समीर भाई जी भी कह रहे हैं बाबा का प्लान, सब कुछ भगवान का प्लान होता है और भगवान विशेष किसी को निमित्त बनाता है, तो ये भी एक भाग्य होता है जो किसी सेवा के निमित्त हम बन जाते हैं। तो आप दोनों आज विशेष सेवा के निमित्त बने, इसलिए आप दोनों को पुनः एक बार सबकी ओर से बहुत 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 शुक्रिया, बहुत थैंक यू। आज सवेरे हम एक सेशन हो रहा था तो उसमें हमें एक बात याद आई कि हम शुक्रिया करें, अच्छा है, कहते भी है ना, रब का शुक्राना करो, ये नहीं कहते रब का धन्यवाद करो। तो हमें जस्ट याद आया कि धन्यवाद में भी वाद है, बाला भाई जी बता रहे थे ना, हर चीज को पॉजिटिव सॉल्यूशन की ओर कैसे सोचना है। तो धन्यवाद में भी वाद है, आभार में भी भार है। तो क्यों ना हम धन्यवाद और आभार दोनों को कैंसल करके शुक्रिया अदा करें। शुक्राना करना बहुत अच्छा है। अंग्रेजी में थैंक यू वर्ड बहुत अच्छा है, हिंदी में शुक्राना अच्छा है। तो हर चीज़ के लिए हम शुक्राना करें, किसी चीज़ का भार मना लोड अपने ऊपर न ले। आभार करना है, कई बार ये आभार का भी भार हो जाता है ना, तो वो भार भी नहीं। धन्यवाद में भी कभी कभी वो वाद ना आ जाए, इसलिए दोनों वर्ड हम कैंसिल करके आज हमको वो क्लिक हुआ कि शुक्रिया इज़ बेस्ट, ये वर्ड इज़ बेस्ट, थैंक यू अच्छा है, ठीक है ना। तो हर चीज़ के लिए हम शुक्रिया करें, खुद के लिए भी शुक्रिया करें, भगवान के लिए शुक्रिया, जो प्रोग्राम के लिए हमारे सब बीच आए उनके लिए भी शुक्रिया, इस स्थान का भी शुक्रिया, हर चीज़ का शुक्रिया, और आप सभी का भी शुक्रिया जो आप सभी भी पहुंच गए, है ना। तो आपके भाग्य के लिए आप अपने आप के लिए शुक्रिया कीजिए। ओम शांति। अभी आप सभी लाइन से आएंगे, प्रसाद भी लेंगे, ब्लेसिंग कार्ड भी लेंगे, और फिर आपके लिए ग्राउंड पर खुली हवा में, आज प्रकृति का भी बहुत सपोर्ट है, जो आज बारिश नहीं आई, वैसे प्रेडिक्शन था आज की बारिश का, लेकिन आप सभी का भाग्य अच्छा है जो वातावरण भी ठंडा कर दिया है और बारिश भी नहीं है। तो आप प्रकृति के सानिध्य में बैठ करके अभी शाम का भोजन